Opening the gate, a woman says she is her husband's mistress and says it is a pleasure to meet, and the woman also says it is a pleasure to meet. She introduces herself as her wife. The mistress asks if the woman heard what she said, that she was her husband's mistress, and the woman says that she understood and that she is not deaf, and again says that it is a pleasure to meet her. But the mistress says she wants to see how long the woman's smile will last when her husband leaves her, and the woman asks what the mistress thinks of taking her husband's things, put them in a suitcase and take him away from her. Then the woman explains that it's been 3 years that she's been trying to send her husband away from that house, and if the mistress takes him away it's a favor she'll be doing him. The mistress asks if they still have intimacy because her husband swore they didn't have any more. But the woman says that they haven't been intimate since the baby was born, however, they still share sheets, towels, and cutlery. The mistress asks how come her husband has other mistresses, because he swore she was the only one, but the woman laughs and says she's the only one if she's from the street. The mistress asks what she does now, and the woman says that first she would like to ask if the mistress is pregnant, and the mistress says that she is not pregnant. With that the woman says that things get less bad this way because she has other mistresses, that he has made 1 child and in another mistress he has made 2 children. The mistress is amazed and swears at him. Then the woman asks if the mistress will want her to pack for her husband to leave, however, the mistress thanks him and says she doesn't need to. Then the mistress wonders how he can deceive her like that. After the mistress leaves, the woman screams for her and tells her to be careful not to find another lost mistress out there. The man goes to his mistress and asks her to wait, but the woman takes all her anger out on him. Then he asks if she hit him. The mistress says that he is a liar because he had said that she was the only one and his wife just confirmed that he has other children with other women. The mistress calls him a liar and a scoundrel and says that she doesn't want to see him ever again in her life, but he asks her to wait and talk. The man asks how she can believe his wife because she is a liar and everything she told him was a lie to separate them. The mistress asks if he is serious about what he is saying, and he says yes, and that he loves her, plus she is the woman of his life and he only wants her. Then the mistress says that if he really loves her, she wants him to leave his wife's house today, that he should leave his wife and come live with her, and if not he should forget his mistress forever, and the man asks if he should do that today. The mistress confirms that this is exactly what he heard, today he must leave home, but the man says that things are not that easy because he has to talk to his wife first. But he assures her that at the weekend he will live with his mistress and asks if it is okay. The mistress agrees, and the man gives her a kiss and leaves. We heard the wife say that so it was done. The husband that same weekend left his wife to go and live with another woman. The wife begs her husband not to leave, but he tells her to leave him alone and asks her if she has realized that he doesn't love her anymore and doesn't want her. The husband says that he can't stand her anymore and that she's unbearable and tells her to swallow her tears. The wife goes after her husband begging him not to leave, but the man leaves saying that she is a pain in the ass. Days later, we see the woman's cell phone ringing, and on the call we see that it is her ex-husband calling. She answers and says he can talk, and he says he is calling her to ask her a favor and asks if she could let him go see their daughter. The woman says no, but she changes her mind and says it's okay and he can come, and the man says that's good and that he'll come by later to see their daughter. After hanging up, the woman says that that call really touched her because despite everything she still loved him with all her soul. The woman says she thought this was the opportunity to win her husband back. She says that maybe it sounds crazy of her, but I was raised with the idea that a decent woman is one who is only with one man for her whole life, and she couldn't imagine a life without him. The woman opens the door and says hello to the man, and he says hello to her. Then she says he can come up because their daughter is in the room, and he thanks her. We heard the woman say that it was like this every time he came to see his daughter. She would get all dressed up to look beautiful for him because the idea was to win him back. She says that she had this very clearly in mind and that she would not stop until she succeeded, and that day was near. When opening the gate, the man asks why the woman is so dressed up and says that she must surely be seeing someone, but the woman asks him why he is asking and if he is jealous. The man says no, he is just asking, and she jokes that she knows. The man says that he wants her to be his, because she is driving him crazy, but she tells him to stop and asks what he is thinking and that he has a wife, but the man says that only she matters to him, and she asks if he is serious. The man says he is serious and that he loves her, then he kisses her. We hear the woman say that this is how she became her ex-husband's mistress. She says that in the beginning she did it out of love and that she didn't want to lose him, but as time went by she realized that he was useless and that she doesn't want to have him as a husband anymore, and since he said he wanted to get back with her, she decided to do something to get rid of him once and for all. She says that it is very nice to date without any responsibility, without obligation to wash and cook, and that now she receives flowers, presents, and chocolate, something she never received from her husband before. And the most impressive thing is that he even pays someone to take care of their daughter so they can be alone. The man's current wife comes and curses at the woman and asks how she dares to have a relationship with her husband, but the man asks his wife to calm down. The wife asks the woman to leave him alone and asks if she doesn't understand that he doesn't love her, that he left her to be with her now. The woman laughs and calls his wife poor and deluded, then asks if she thinks she wants to be with him and says that he is all of his wife. The man says he loves his wife very much and asks why she is saying this, but the woman tells him to take it easy and asks him not to confuse things, and she says she doesn't want him cooped up in her house 24 hours a day for 7 days a week, and she doesn't want to put up with his bad mood, mistreatment, and odor again. The woman says that this is now his wife's problem because she is now a single woman and very well single, and so she says goodbye to him. If you went from being the other one to being the current one, don't forget that your position was left empty and 1 hour karma comes, that it takes time but doesn't fail.